Today, we're diving into one of history's most legendary battles. That's right, the Battle of Cannae. It's a story of genius, grit, and a fight that still leaves historians marveling over 2,000 years later. This is the battle that solidified Hannibal as one of history's greatest military strategists. The Battle of Cannae took place on August 2nd, 216 BCE during the Second Punic War, a brutal conflict between Rome and Carthage, two superpowers fighting for control over the Mediterranean. Enter Hannibal Barca. He was a Carthaginian general and a man with one mission, to bring Rome to its knees. Hannibal's campaign against Rome is legendary. He crossed the Alps with a vast army, including war elephants, to launch a surprise invasion from the north. This daring move brought Hannibal deep into Roman territory, where he spent years terrorizing the Roman countryside and defeating armies sent to him, left and right. By 216 BCE, Rome had had enough. Desperate to end Hannibal's campaign, they raised one of the largest armies they had ever assembled, about 80,000 soldiers. With confidence bordering on arrogance, the Romans thought sheer numbers would overwhelm Hannibal's smaller force of just 50,000. But Hannibal had other plans. He was a master of battlefield tactics, and he saw the Romans' overconfidence as an opportunity. Knowing they'd likely charge head-on with their heavy infantry, Hannibal devised a brilliant plan to trap the Roman army. On the morning of August 2nd, the two armies met near the town of Cannae in southeastern Italy. The Romans elected this battleground because it was relatively flat, and this way they could avoid an ambush attack from Hannibal. Hannibal arranged his troops in a crescent formation, with his weaker troops in the center and his strongest soldiers on the flanks. As the battle began, the Romans surged forward, hoping to break through Hannibal's center. Hannibal allowed his center to slowly retreat, creating a bulging shape that pulled the Roman army deeper and deeper into a trap. With every step forward, the Romans found themselves increasingly surrounded. Once the Romans were fully inside the crescent, Hannibal's troops on the flanks attacked. Finally, his cavalry, led by his commander Maharbal, swung around the Roman rear, closing the trap. The Romans were now surrounded on all sides. What followed was a massacre. Within hours, nearly 50,000 Roman soldiers were killed, more than half of Rome's army. The rest were either captured or scattered. Cannae was an unimaginable defeat, one that left Rome in shock. Their forces had been decimated, and their pride shattered. Hannibal's army was a multicultural force, including Numidian cavalry, Spanish infantry, and Gaulish warriors. Each unit had unique strengths that Hannibal used to devastating effect at Cannae. The Numidian cavalry, for instance, were known for their speed and agility, which played a crucial role in outflanking the Roman forces. The Battle of Cannae is still studied today by military strategists as a perfect example of a double envelopment, where an army is surrounded on all sides. Despite this crushing victory, Hannibal didn't march on Rome immediately, a decision that remains one of the greatest what-ifs of history. Hannibal's decision to spare Rome has been debated for centuries. Some say he lacked the resources to lay siege to the city. Others argue that he hoped Rome would surrender without more bloodshed. Whatever the reason, this pause allowed Rome to recover and eventually regroup. In the end, Rome survived, and Hannibal's fate was sealed. But the Battle of Cannae left an incredible mark on history. It showed the world the power of strategy over numbers and the impact of a single brilliant mind on the course of history. Even today, Hannibal's tactics are studied, proving that the lessons of Cannae are timeless. Hannibal's name still echoes across time, a reminder of how one man, one battle, and one brilliant plan forever changed the world.